What's poppin', y'all? It looks like the Adam 22 influence in their debate, in their match, has moved its way on over and has been adopted by Akademiks in his recent clash or run-in with Trell of Figmunity World. So we covered this previously in the last video. There was a clip of Trell who had been on camera. I'm gonna play you guys the clip right now, calling Akademiks a PDF.
A small sample of what you got going on
in your brain.
So him
this
and
is
Adam,
how your brain
him
thinks.
and Adam have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Because Adam
They
did
like
that child
minors.
predator shit too.
Yeah.
And they want to these porn stars to cover up y'all sick fetish. Like, that's why they can't enough of them. They can't get enough of them because they're weird in the head. It's not exactly what they want. They want the little kid. That
Freak
shit
offs.
is sick.
So yeah, that was a clip that this whole beef got spurred in a ridiculous manner. But they started going at him like crazy. And then what happens is they run into each other. So then there's a clip of him taking the shot. Can't really play it because of the music. You know how they get with all that. And then everybody's like, yo, what the hell? And they run into each other in Turks. Well, this does not look good on Trell's behalf. So Trell, when he comes back and he has to do a podcast, he has some splaining to do, as they like to call it. So he gets on and he explains the situation in the clip I'm gonna play you guys right now.
That was like, and that wasn't planned, right? Like, it wasn't like, I know he's gonna be there.
Who, Akademiks?
Yeah.
Hell no, I didn't know he was gonna be there. That was crazy. That when I walk in the club, you know what I mean? You know, when I walk in the club, I go to our section by the DJ or whatever. They shouting out everybody on the. Then it's like, shout out DJ Akademiks. I'm like, DJ Akademiks, and I told him on the mic, where he at? He was like, he right there. I'm like, oh, it's movie time. So I go over there. You feel me? I'm like, what's up? And he looking like what? And he put his glasses down, like, what's up? And he just looking at me shocked, like, this nigga been fucking Turks.
Nigga, Turks.
And they just looking at me like shocked. So I bully the whole scene because he just was some trash ass white bitches, weak, dirty ass. They trash, you know what I'm saying? They just he probably like 5'6" dirty ass white bitches. So I'm like, damn, this nigga really, you know what I'm saying? He just went and got some stragglers, you feel me? He didn't went and got anybody he wanted to. So I'm like, damn.
He got the bitches that fly one way there and just look for what they got to do.
Like, they ain't had no ass or nothing, you know what I mean? Like, go get at least some weak ass bitches with some ass, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, whatever, I'm bullied. I'm like, what's up, man? He just looking at me, and I'm like, he just looking at me like shocked, and I'm like, and I just smile like, nah, it's good, man. You know what I mean? So we talking or whatever, it's talking just a little bit. You know what I mean? That's when he like, oh man, get a shot, whatever, because now we good now. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's cool, we good. You feel me? Don't even worry about that shit, bro. He like, you a troll just like me. I'm like, hell yeah. He like, I'm finna troll, yeah, too. I'm like, go ahead, I don't give a you know what I mean? Like, and then that's what it is. You feel me? He pulled out his phone, you feel me? Only reason why I took the bottle myself and I drunk it because it was just like some dirty ass cups around, and they just was dirty in there. Like, he looked like he stink, and everything around him looked like he stink. The bitches stink, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to touch that shit. So I was like, let me just like drink it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drink the bottle a little bit, and then I hand it back. You know what I mean? Like, y'all stinking here, but I'm gonna go over here with my, you know what I'm saying, with some baller shit. It's popping where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, and he over there, you know, he just doing it up.
With you?
Yeah, Paul Pierce is there. Like, I'm with football players. It's like, it's popping where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, and he like, it's like stinky over. You know what I mean? Like, it was stinky all on the table and shit was nasty. You know how like nasty.
Now, oh man. This is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever had to listen to. And I wouldn't say it was the displeasure of listening to. It was pleasing experience listening to this because of how funny it was, how comical it was. Because if he had handled this in a manner of, listen, man, you know, I went over there, we chopped it up, this and that, and yeah, you know, he knows that, like, I might have took it too far, but, you know, I was just talking that trap. But this is the problem, too, because other guys, like, for example, AD, he said he was going to take a fade on Akademiks on behalf of this whole crew. So you can't even really say, like, yo, we're cool, unless you squash the beef for everybody else. But if he tried to approach it in a bit more of, like, a mature, humble manner, it would have been cool. But this guy's talking about, like, yeah, you know, I marched my way on over there. It's like I was bullying my way through the club almost. The way I pictured this is one of those like cartoons or like video game characters or villains that's gigantic and everyone else is tiny, and he's just like flinging tens or dozens of people with one arm each, and they're just like hitting the wall and flying 30 feet away from where they started. And he just pulls up and he's like, hey, what's up, man? And then he talks about, and then also like downing it, like, yeah, you know, that was like a dirty section. He was with some dirty chicks, and it's like, dog, this is some hating activity. Now, the hating activity is fine for people on social media. Like, the people on Twitter were running amok on Akademiks, the fact that he was with some chicks. They were like, yo, these gutter, well, I don't know if they said gutter chicks, but they said like, yo, imagine this, your sister or whatever is hanging out with this guy or going on vacation with this guy. So he decides to insult some of these chicks and just talk about like, yeah, you know, like I bullied him, I took some of his drink, and I said it was cool. Like it's almost like he ran up to him and then made it seem like Akademiks was terrified. And that would be all cool and all if Akademiks didn't have that video of him smiling, taking a shot, because it's about, number one, you called him like something crazy. And this is where I say Akademiks took a note out of Adam 22's book, because years ago when Adam 22 got into it with Akademiks felt like Adam was playing dumb, and he started raging and just like going crazy on Adam in their, not even a debate, but it was a stream conversation, and Adam was like, yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about, man. And then everyone felt like Adam won because Adam was just calm, collected, he didn't get enraged, he wasn't throwing insults, and people felt like Akademiks was getting overly emotional. So I think Akademiks took one out of that book, and in this scenario where he could have been like blacking out or, you know, maybe like trying to start a ruckus in this club, because let's not pretend. First, let me play you guys a couple of Akademiks' reactions, and then we're gonna get into the rest of this because these are hilarious.
The whole scene, because he just was some.
I bullied the whole scene. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Wait, what? Yo, Chad, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, with all due respect, I look at every LA podcast differently after I heard the story. When y'all niggas tell me you did some gangster shit, and this is telling me he bullied the whole scene. He walked up like, what up, nigga? I'm like, yo, I'm done. Now, T-Rail, I'm not going to insult. Those are my friends. And I'm not going to insult your wife, even though Adams likes to. But because I know what you're doing right now is called fake gangstering, and that you're just contenting, if I disrespect your wife in return, that would be beyond content scope. Which, by the way, T-Rail, that's my whole point. Because I know you're not standing on nothing. If you're talking about me and I'm talking about you, we could trade insults and jokes. But when y'all start saying pal and shit like that you should realize you're not contenting no more, right? Just like I'm telling you, I'm watching you lie about a story that we both saw. We both saw. Except I'm going to let you get your lies off because you need to save face because your audience is like, what? Yo, on Hoover Duver Crip, on Super 60 Gangsta, whatever y'all got going on. You need to save face for those people because they're looking at you like, what, huh? Yo, blood ain't do nothing? Yo, what? I get it. So I'm going to let you get all your lies off. Even though that video is really apparent. There's another video. Again, I was on I'm still talking for 4 more minutes. And I explained while I'm in the club why I recorded it. I said, I'm not no nigga who record. I mean, I do record myself talking in the club. But the reason I recorded that encounter, because I knew he was going to come here. So the Back on Fit community, I know y'all love the fake gangsterism shit. It's all good. Keep doing it. But this is what I'm trying to tell T-Rail. When you're doing this fake gangster word content and shit, don't put no lies on my name talking about I can't come somewhere. Because at this point, you should realize I come anywhere I want to, right? You should know that, right? And by the way, I won't even say that. Second of all, this is why I'm not going to retaliate by talking about your wife. Because it ain't that serious with me and you, right? It ain't that serious because the bottles I paid for, I told the bitches in my section, pour it down his throat. It's not that serious. If it was that serious, it wouldn't be that, right? So I'm not going to get on here and talk about your wife. I'm not going to say nothing about her because I understand a man is going to feel a way. We got to keep wife and kids out of the mix, right? So as you're getting your cap on.
You don't even worry about that shit, bro. He like, you a troll just like me. I'm like, hell yeah. He like, I'm finna troll, yeah, too. I'm like, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yo, Tira, I don't know if you got kids, but I know you got a mother. Again, I'm going to let you get this cap story off. Put it on your children's life. That conversation happened. You got to put it on your children's life. This happened, brother. If you like, and I only want you to do that just to see what type of dude you are. Because at this point, I get it. We're contenting. So this cap story is because there's a couple niggas like, you know all them, I got time cut. Like all them niggas who watch back on Fig, they're looking like our hero ran into a nigga who he was acting like was his op and took a shot. Yes. Yes. Who do you think? Y'all think this thing was King Von? What the it's Trell, the handicap podcast. What the you talking about? Yo, the nigga said that we said to each other in the club, you a troll. We talked about nothing. You came in there smiling. They bullied his way. Whatever. Now, I'm going to let him get it off. I got to let him get this off. Niggas, I bullied my way into the spot.
Yeah, this is primo entertainment. But what I was saying is Akademiks handled this very, very, maybe manipulatively, let's say that. I think he was probably taking one out of Whack 100's book or just how other people handle beef. And it didn't need to be aggressive because Akademiks got called something crazy by this guy. And he's still holding his tongue when it comes to his wife, even though he called all those chicks with him straggly and he called them gutter bunnies. That's what he called them. Let's not mince words here. That's what he meant. But Akademiks is here, and him being called a PDF really, really bothered him, especially when this was going on. Like Whack 100 was talking to Adam 22, and he was even saying that Ak was considering, turning the lights off on himself, like self-deletion type of stuff. And that's something which is ironic why he came at Ab-Soul for that when he said he considered that, and that's how down he was when those accusations with the kid that was a mod, the 15-year-old kid that was a mod that he was in a Discord conversation with that modded for Blackboy Max. So Trell didn't just say something that is, just like an insult, calling him fat, or even coming at personal relationships. He said something that the event and the rumors that spurred from it caused, not even the rumors, but the fake narratives from Akademiks haters that spurred from it caused him to really have the darkest days of his life. And for him to react in the way that he did shows some composure, but also he wanted to mark the dude out. He wanted to clown him. He wanted to make him look like a goof because no matter what Trell says in this situation, the video clip that Ak has, it's undisputed. Like, what are you going to tell me? Like, Akademiks got on his knees, begged you to take a shot, and then said, hold on, let me record this. And if you're somebody that's into it with Akademiks, especially if you're on the internet and you've got a podcast and you've been doing this content thing for a while, in your head, you got to think, how does this look? And he's trying to spin it like, yeah, I went over there, took a bottle and chugged some of it myself and left. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, you didn't just pick up the bottle and take it on your own. And you could see the guy right next to Trell, like looking at him side-eyed. So this was a really masterful play by Akademiks on here. It really, really hurt Trell's, I don't know about like his reputation, but just he was better off just not addressing him whatsoever. And then coming back, this explanation made it even worse than not just, I wouldn't say copping a plea, but trying to mend it in some sort of way where you're like, yeah, we had a conversation and, now we're cool. I was tripping. I said like he got marked out and I was just doing content at that point. But like I said, other people in his vicinity got brought into it. And I guess when push comes to shove, he decided to continue to play the tough guy role. And yeah, like the video says everything, man. And this was a funny situation. I can't believe that this actually happened. It's almost like we're getting crazy events in the past couple of weeks. It's almost as if the past couple of weeks have been more eventful than the past couple of years. It's wild. Just these random coincidences that keep happening. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you believe Trell's explanation? Do you think he was like, oh, you're a troll, I'm a troll? Or what? Because I don't think there's trolling with that PDF stuff. To keep it a buck with you, it ain't trolling after that. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.